Extreme Reviews, and today I'm doing Xbox Corner and I'm doing Mafia for the original Xbox, PC and PS2. I'm aware of all the platforms to this review, so it's going to be fair and what I think of it. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say this game is a good game. So, made in 2004 by Illusion Softworks. This game was very, very popular later on, about 2007. This game started getting known. At first it was a kind of a game that was just kind of in the market, not very known very much, set in 1940, as you play as Tommy Anglo, I think it is, and you're a gangster basically in World War One. Not 1940s, it's 1920, and basically you work for the mafia, and their missions are very varied. They go from taxi missions to shoot 'em ups in galleries. I like this game because it's very, very fast paced, but there is problems with it. More on the Xbox side sometimes. The only thing is since this game was made for the PC, they took things off when it went transferred to consoles, since consoles weren't that big compared to PCs. PC is the version you want to get of this game by far. The Xbox version and PS2 version is still good, but they have got their problems. Example, PS2 is extremely bad at loading and extremely bad with lagging. The Xbox version is great, but it's not too good either. There's no blood even when you kill people, which was even there on the PC version, and loads of other things too. Like cars would kind of lag for a few seconds, but nevertheless it's a good game. I would prefer the PC version since it is kind of a bit faster paced, but it is a lot more, how should I say, not as laggy. The game is good, but you could see they only had a limited budget, since the game's graphics doesn't go very well either. I definitely recommend this on the PC version, like I said before. The PS2 version isn't at all bad, but it's probably the worst you can get. It has really bad frame rate and just really bad graphics. So the second best you can get is definitely the Xbox version, but like I said, PC is always the best when it comes down to old games. Let's take a look at Mafia on the original Xbox. Before I start up the game, I'm just going to run through everything about Mafia. It's set in a fictional place called Lost Heaven. Basically, it's kind of like Chicago, New York style, but earlier. There's old cars too, as well. The map is varied, it's okay but not too big. The only problem is with this game is the loading times. Just like GTA 3, there's a loading time between every bridge. This is quite annoying since it doesn't feel like the city is actually alive. That's the only problem with this game that's major. You can still follow AI characters and see what they're doing, but mostly they will just be having their hands behind their back and constantly talking to themselves for no reason. Also, there was problems when they were transferring it to the Xbox and PS2. Example, free ride mode didn't have police or anything anymore. It was kind of abandoned. The only way you could actually get police after you was by actually shooting them, but it was very rare though, even on patrol. This game's probably worth a few hours played. The story is the only good thing about Mafia, and everything else is kind of a bit blank. The controls are okay, especially on the Xbox. I love the controls of the game, it feels great. I like how you can simply pick up one button and you're into a car in like a second. Let's take a look at Mafia. So as I was saying before, the controls are good, especially in the Xbox and PC. PS2 has probably one of the worst controls for the Mafia. They're very delayed and don't really work very well, since the PS2 controller is way smaller. The game's graphics isn't as bad, but sometimes it can lag and not look as polished on the other console versions. PC, like I said, has the better polished version. Nevertheless, I still enjoyed Mafia, and I would definitely worth a pick up. So you are Thomas Anglo, as you are part of the mafia. You do various missions, and I think there's about 91 missions to complete. The missions are really good and varied. Like I said before, they can go from taxis to just beating some sucker up with a baseball bat. It's quite fun. Also, I noticed some really bad vital glitches in this game, especially in the Xbox version. I noticed. I was trying to unlock Free Ride Extreme mode, but it wouldn't let me. It got delayed, so now I can't really do it unless I do the whole game again. That would just take 3 days, and I'm not going to do that. So like I said before, this game has problems, and it does occur quite a bit. Frame rate, even on PC, doesn't go very well sometimes. Game's graphics doesn't look too bad, but like I said, frame rate dips, even when playing it. The prototype cars are quite cool. They were added in here because obviously they'll have a sense of humour of just giving you weird cars that will probably set in 2035. The cars are good, but the only thing is the frame rate can't keep up with it, and that's very bad. Also, dying is very vital. This is why I like this game. You can die very easily, and it's not Call of Duty. You can seriously get killed with one shot. The missions can be very hard at sometimes. Sometimes they just don't make sense, and sometimes they're just so annoying you just don't want to play the game anymore. When I was playing the game, I ran into a few bugs and glitches while I was on this. One mission you need to storm into a farmhouse, but yet sorry about that. But yet Paulie didn't move. He was kind of stuck there, just normally, just stood there, like as if just a statue basically. I was trying to get him to move, but he wouldn't do anything. These glitches are very vital to the game, and sometimes even affect their gameplay. This is not good, since this game is probably worth about £15 even on eBay today. That's quite a lot of money for an old game, maybe because it's more popular than some even modern day games. I wish I could say I enjoy Mafia, and I really would, but sometimes it gets very annoying and repetitive. Free ride mode is being roiled on the consoles. There's no police unless you actually shoot them, and it's more full of gangsters just so you earn money off killing them. That is a cool feature, but we've already seen this on GTA 3. Basically, this game is just kind of like GTA 3. There's no radio stations either. It's just randomly put in every city location. This is okay, but we've seen this before, and it's not too expressive. Taxis and controls are okay, like I said before, but the cars are very slow and sometimes don't go up with the pace, especially if you're trying to shake some cops off and they're just following you for hours. Oh yeah, and did I mention the cops are way too hard? I think I did. The cameras kind of sucks up here, really bad actually. Sometimes you just be normal, next time you know, the camera's right behind them, like as if it's right on your shoulders. This is okay, but like I said before, this is not really this good with the camera angles. There's no aiming as far as I know, so you just need a point and shoot kind of gameplay. There's nothing wrong with that, but again, we've seen this before, and this is kind of repetitive now. It's still quite a fun game, but there's no challenges to this game. There's no cops, so you don't have anything to kill unless you're on a mission. But even that's kind of annoying. Animations are really good in this game, very strongly put together. Also, some more complaints about the Xbox version and PS2 version. When you kill somebody, their body just disappears straight away, almost instantly. This is annoying because it wasn't on the PC version, so they've kind of screwed up the game. As you see here, he just disappears. They screwed up the game when they took it away, but nevertheless it is quite fun killing people. The blood doesn't even exist anymore. I guess for some reason they just wanted to take it off. This is so annoying. I mean, maybe they just couldn't handle it on an Xbox, but everyone knows an Xbox is powerful. This is a good game, and I definitely recommend it to people that love classic gangster games and just love running around with Tommy gun since it's overpowered and probably one of the best guns in the game, and love picking locks, and best of all, the story. The story is one of the most strongest things about this game. It's very different. Like I said, it's very varied, but the characters in this game is very good. The game actually teaches you something about friends and how you have to be apparently kind of on edge with them. It's kind of weird, but anyway, it does kind of tell you something about life. It's kind of weird, but That's from Tommy anyway. And to be honest, I don't really agree with him. But anyway, it kind of tells you about his life, and at the end, I'm not really going to give it away, but it was a satisfying ending. But the only thing was, it was very dramatic. It was like they're putting a bullet stop at the end of a sentence. Bullet stop? What the hell? No, I mean it. God's sake. I'm screwing up this review, I'm sorry about this, guys. But it's just like putting a full stop at the end of the sentence. It's very sudden and just kind of doesn't go with it. These endings are very closed, and even the new game is kind of okay. But it's not nearly as good as this game. This game's map is very huge. At least you could actually get a view of the map. There's a central island, Little Italy, and then there's another island. Okay, so the third island is definitely the biggest, but I think we've seen this in GTA 3. GTA 3. Basically, yeah, that's my sarcasm for GTA 3. We've already seen this, and this is becoming repetitive. The gameplay is repetitive and basically copied off GTA, and just basically just ruined everything. This game could have been so much better if they just put a few more months or even a year into this. It could have been one of the biggest games of 2001 or 2004 even. It's correct, it does say GTA. So basically they did copy off GTA, but the thing they didn't copy off was the story. I have to say, this game's better for the story, and that GTA 3 story isn't nearly as good as this game. That was the only reason why I ever really got Mafia, was just to play the story again. Sometimes the AI just sucks. As you can see here, I just kill these gangsters, and the one in front of them is just not even bothered. Also, free ride modes, you don't really not have much to do, which is kind of annoying. Basically, I'm just going to give this game a simple 7 out of 10. The only problem is with it is quite a bit actually. That's just relatively fair. If I was going to give it a not fair kind of person, it would be a 5. This game fails for the consoles, but for the PC I'm going to give it a 9. PC version is definitely much worth getting. PS2 version, I'm going to give it a 6. No, 4. PS2 version sucks, and I wouldn't like anybody to get it. There's just not enough characters on the game either. You see how there's lots of people on the roads and streets? PS2 version is not nearly as much, so it's very empty. Reason why I'm giving this game a 7 out of 10 for the Xbox is that because the AI is very terrible. Character models are more often, and as you see here, this is all they're doing. Just walking around. On the PC version they have roles and jobs to do, which is very cool. Also you can see people actually getting out of their car and picking up people on the PC version, which kind of isn't included in the consoles. It's a shame that they screwed up the console version, since it could have been a lot more better. But I give it a fair rating, and I'm going to stick by that. So that's my review, and thanks for watching. Oh, and I'm doing a Godfather one soon. Goodbye.